Hello. So today I'm going to be showing off cross-site scripting, aka XSS. Um, you can see here that I have Burp Suite Community Edition set up, and I have DVWA, which is short for Damn Vulnerable Web App. And it is a vulnerable web application that has several different types of vulnerabilities that you can exploit and different levels of security. Right now we have it set to low because we're just going to be showing off the basics here. Um, and cross-site scripting is just reflected user input on an HTML page, and it can be used to exploit. Um, Basically, you can inject code. So in this case, we are going to be injecting JavaScript into the HTML page, and that will uh, fire upon landing on the page. So what does all that mean? I think it's easier to show it off before we before anything before you start looking into the deeper parts of cross-site scripting. So we're going to come over here, and this particular piece of functionality is all it does is take whatever you input uh, into this text box, and it fires it back at you. So if I say, hello, Matthew, he'll say, hello, Matthew, back to me. And then over here on Burp Suite, um, I have set the scope for this particular uh, project down to only this domain. And you can see over here at target, we've added this scope here. And then I've come over to here at proxy, and I show only the in-scope items. I can filter by the MIME type, so on and so forth. But the important part here is this GET request that we just sent. So we can see the GET request here using burp, and we can see this is a GET request with a parameter name of name and the value being my name, Matthew. So it's showing up on the page. So let's check out the response here. So if we search for Matthew, we can see, oh, hey, I'm landing between these two tags right here. So I'm in cross-site scripting language, what we say is we're landing in text space here. So text space is just text on the page. We're not landing in JavaScript code. We're not landing in an HTML tag. We're not landing in a URL. We're just landing in the middle of text. So what can we do here? Well, for the general purpose of cross-site scripting, and when you're trying to prove it from an attacker point of view, the most common way to show, hey, I've got cross-site scripting on a page is what we call popping a box, which can get confusing because popping a box and uh, for red team and for penetration testing usually means, oh, hey, I've got shell on this. When it comes to web application, it simply means an alert box or a prompt box or a confirm box. And you'll see what I mean once I do this. So we know that it will fire back anything I say, right? So let's do exactly that. Let's open up a script tag and we'll say, hey, here's an alert box. And here in this alert box, I'm going to say document.domain. And then let's close that script tag just to be safe. And then we're going to hit submit. And oh, here's an alert box. And I went ahead and within the alert, for the parameter I passed in alert, I basically said, hey, whatever the domain name in the URL is, fire that back at us. So let's take a look at exactly what we just saw here. So here at this GET request, you can see, hey, there's my name, but then here's our script alert document domain in script, right here. And then if we come down here to the response, we can see, oh, I've opened up a script tag and ended a script tag. And in between those two script tags, I've injected JavaScript to fire. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so yes, I can pop a box. That's cool and all. But JavaScript's a lot more powerful than that. I could do things like grab that PHP session cookie, for example, or I could force someone to uh, hit something like select a button or do something that they weren't meaning to. I can make them click buttons that they weren't meaning to. I can even redirect them off the page completely. The classic example, of course, being uh, you'll never be able to hit the page because every time you land on the page, it will instead uh, redirect you off. Now, this particular type is called reflected cross-site scripting, and it's reflective because one, it's showing up, and two, it only fires when they land on this particular page. So if we copy this URL here and we come here, you can see, oh, there's everything. And we land on the page again. That means it's not permanently embedded into the page. It means tricking someone into clicking that URL, which is a lot easier than you expect. So all they have to do is click on it and it will fire. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a little high level to begin with, but a little hands-on, and a demonstration of cross-site scripting is perfect for understanding exactly what's going on here. It's a lot more powerful than this, and if you have any questions, we can go over them.